exciting to be able to do this as a team. And one of the cool things that I last night, hi Brenda, how are you?
Hey,
I'm good.
Brenda.
Hello.
How are you feeling?
I'm good. I'm great.
Things do this as a team. You're great?
I'm great. Yes, all good.
Love it.
Yes. How are you
We
guys?
were just we were just sharing about Brazil and the how it's all coming together so beautifully.
Right.
And later last night I was talking with the ladies from Fiji and in Australia and Evelyn in New Zealand, and I was sharing with them how it's so beautiful because like so many great people are coming together to really make this happen, and a lot of youth. And I was just thanking Luan as well, and Shaw and other youngsters that have been behind the scenes really putting their foot forward to say, hey, like we do this, we believe in this, and we're making this happen, and we're moving forward, and we're driving it. And uh you know I just earlier had also a call with MJ, who's Ronald's daughter, who wants to be involved in uh, developing the magazine with Evelyn, and who wants to be part of maybe developing some of the commercials. And I had been sharing this with some of my family back from Ibiza. And, when I was there, I didn't know the caliber of some of the people that I was hanging out with, but I just built a deep, meaningful relationship. And they're like, hey, we're doing this film festival at the end of May. Maybe you could collaborate with us and, host or do, like, there's just so much coolness happening. And it's just so much magic that is just happening because we care. And because we care. And uh, Tony always says consciousness equals caring, and it's just so nice to be coming together for a real meaningful purpose. And I'm just
Mhm.
super honored and grateful to be around such incredible people all the freaking time.
Ah, that's amazing. That's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
Love it.
That is, just for Brazil, but for my end, I am in
Oops.
to the same position because the team for my size, I always have been like a just freelancer. So I was me, doing all the work or doing all the stuff and doing all this part. Difficult to make it growing by myself. But later I will start talking, start like moving it around, and more persons willing to help me out or to reach more to the hey, I want to be in a business stuff or I want to do something and do this other one. So it's like just asking and being there, and the people just start coming, and that's beautiful. It's really cool to see
Wow.
that, not just here in the Brazil stuff, but other into the other things that are happening. You just put the effort
Wow.
or put the same energy, and all it starts like happening as magic. So it's cool.
So cool.
Yes, yes. Um, can you tell me about more of the what do you use send to the design team to sort of the visa stuff that I didn't see right now, so I am curious more about that.
You're talking about the what I sent to the design team? Hold on, let me just look here. Oh yes, so in Ibiza, Ray Stevenson was like an actor in a lot of different movies. And Ray and I, when I was living there, we became really close and we talked about deep, meaningful things. He no longer is with us. His wife Beta uh, is hosting these Ray of Light awards at the end of May, alongside a lot of the community inside of Ibiza. And so when I reached out to her and I just shared what we're doing in Brazil, she was like, "Oh my goodness, Eric, this is like such a perfect time." And so maybe I'll just showcase this online here right now. So while we're online, um, everyone gets to see it. But this is just a cool thing of discovering how small the world really is, because everyone, a lot of people are just on the same. When we reach a certain standard in ourselves, everyone seems to just come together for easier, more meaningful way. So this is the Ray of Light Awards, and so they're doing this in Ibiza, and it's so funny because like we wanted to go back, International Film, TV, and Web Festival honoring global creators for brave content made to expand our understanding of human potential. Uh, you know, the water, carries the mysteries of creation, feature films, documentaries. Gaia, like a lot of these people are just meaningful, woman, earth, and frequencies, so really honoring Gaia and the feminine nature, storytelling, technology, mental health, and, AI in the future of video production, a lot of these, like Yuri and um, Maria, Diego, also some of like this is remember I don't know if you saw, but I was dancing in front of this with some of the brothers. And this is Ray. So we talked about like so many things about deeper meaning and responsibility on a global level. When I was living in Ibiza, and him and I just like really connected deeply. And um, his wife, Beta, um, who is a dear friend, yeah, they have this, here's kids. Um, where's Beta? So Beta is so I reached out to her and I just shared, hey, this is what we're doing. So like Vicky and Beta, they're here. These ladies like were a lot of the time when I was walking through Ibiza, they would always be there for me. Like, Eric, whatever you need, whenever I was creating events there, they were just like always in service, always like, hey, Eric, like let me know, I'll spread more. And I was just being myself, like I didn't really care about who anybody was because I never do. I just focus on service. And we just really created some magical experiences with them. Um, and Beta, really introduced me to a lot of great people. But this did when I shared what we're doing in Brazil, they're like, "Hey, maybe we can collaborate on this. I'd love to be." And so this is something that it literally just came to me this morning, which is really fascinating. So it's interesting how things just start to happen, and we just need to follow our heart.
Yeah, that's the best way. That
I can't hear you, sorry.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I am having issues with this cable of the microphone, so sometimes this happens. No, but it's beautiful. I really love the feelings. I have a question. It's more like for my journey. at this moment, and I am aware, as doing my work with Daniel and being here a little bit, that I need a little more effort in advance my leadership skills, because I have always in my past era been the executor, so I used to have this feeling sometimes that I have to like do everything. But at the
Mhm.
same time, I know that the people is there, so actually I can use the people. Well, no, we can work together to start making more stuff. But sometimes it's like this paralysis. Do I have to do it? How I can do that? Ta-da-da. So for making a bigger impact, it's just here. My question is, yeah, what would you recommend me to start like trying to delegate it more, or having these more leadership skills that I have the opportunity now to start like put it down and start having it, because at the same time I was to want to help a little more for Shao or even for Sebs or Aldrin. And I know that I'm not more the product manager in this moment, but that's the thing. Leadership as a guiding or the facilitator, that's the way I am seeing. But I know that just having the need to put more effort into those skills to be more mm, to talk more or to just stepping by. I don't know how to express it, but it's just that is the one just not difficult but opportunity by working with Daniel and being there like, okay, how I can be a better facilitator, or okay, how I can be a better leader to guide and be there. Uh,
Beautiful question. Uh, if I may just reflect to you that the fact that you're asking this question is already what makes you a great leader. Because it's like the question that I always ask myself is, what can I do better to take responsibility of the situation that I really want to bring to the world? So although I'm thinking big, I have to be focused on the meaningful tasks in front of me to then be able to fully serve. And so I always get, again, this is from my perspective. What do you need from me is my number one question. What do you need from me? How can I is there anything that I can do better? You know? And I think that this is the greatest experience is recognizing that the people that are with us on a team, whether it's Daniel, Codrin, Shaw, Seb, Brenda, Ronald, what can I do better? And as a leader, when we're opening ourselves to that possibility, we provide value for everyone around us to be heard, seen, and appreciated. And so I think that this is where we can even ask Brenda, what can we do better? What do you think? Right? Like this is something that gets us where she can now express fully uh from her map of the world because she's observing a lot of what we're doing. What can we do better?
Well, I think maybe for Luan, what comes to mind is just clarity. Um Everyone should be clear about what their role is or what they want to offer. And maybe you're just looking for clarity as far as, leading. I think that's where we certainly have to learn how to delegate. And we have to understand what we can do and what we can't do and be able to communicate that to other people that are, working with you. I mean, I'm not 100% sure, Luan, what your role is and where you're fitting in. You know, obviously, I know you're doing a lot of like behind the scenes, getting the working with on the website and the sales and all that. So, I mean, I can only maybe talk about, um, you know, you're asking about how you can lead better. Is that what, because there's a language barrier and I just want to make sure that I understand exactly what you are asking.
Mostly is that part of how can be a better leader.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I want to support more for the team into the sites because other role that I have in besides uh, the web page is to try to focus on align the team for the things that we have to do more into this part of the product management or having what are the tasks we have to do or what is
Mhm.
the the general purpose or trying to see the grand scheme of things for the so the people can actually execute their
Mhm.
yeah their tasks.
So
So
I mean, I think just with what you were just saying, I'll just finish, is just the idea of clarity, being very clear on, okay, I think we know kind of what the mission is, but being clear about that and clear about how other people fit into that so that they are doing what they said they would do or what you would like them to do. Anyway, that's, yeah. Eric,
Okay.
what's your thoughts on that?
so one of the things that is really important is this consistent communication. So one of the big things that the reason that I also love having calls every single day is what I'm able to provide is then consistent communication and clarity for people. So when there's a moment where people are uncertain about where we're at, we can continue to move forward. So although they're community calls, as you notice, it's all kind of bubbled up into a meaningful movement towards the direction of where we're going. And so as the creative director, Luan, and you really being kind of the bubble behind the scenes, right? You are the project manager. You are the guy that everyone will go to get the creative out of what we're doing moving forward. I'm moving everything forward, and you're the one like behind me, like putting it together. You know what I mean? Like you're like, right? So by you having this profoundness of being able to make sure that you're following up with people, talking to Cod, like as you notice right now, Codrin can't be here. He's had a busy week, all these, things, and holding him accountable to what he said he was going to do in terms of action steps is something that as a leader, you get to do because you are the project manager, the creative director that needs all the pieces to come together or else nothing gets done. Right. So what happens here is you get to then say, hey, Codrin, I know we had this experience this last week. Um, you know, you mentioned that you had A, B, and C that needed to get finished. Are those available? Are they done? Because what we need is to get the email campaigns out so that Shaw can have more access and Daniel wants to send out the script. So really, we've provided Seb with the sales direction, Shaw with the ability to want to serve. You have Pedro for design and editing, Monica to really facilitate change, Daniel to be kind of the communicator between you guys or the activator, and then Codrin with email and marketing. You now get to use those energies, those people, and their wisdom to make sure that it's almost like having a lever, and this as a leader allows you to create everybody's wisdom or recognize each person's wisdom and where they need to come together. And by having a set of standards or a set of duties, okay, so we're working on, for example, the video, right? I have to reshoot the video. Brenda and I shot the video in her backyard, which she had so much support she supported, and then as a result, we have to duplicate that effort now to make it more clear because some of the ladies said that it wasn't
Sorry,
effective.
what'd you say?
I'm just wondering if nothing came out of it, a picture?
Picture
No,
of what?
some perfume for Lucy's birthday? No, I'll just do it.
And so, my brother, you get to now project or orient everybody so that those people are feeling very, very structured and supported by you. And using Asana as the project management tool, because this is also what Pedro does with the design team or the creative team in terms of editing. So we need to get all those pieces together so that that team is able to create all of the dynamics in terms of editing. Then we have all the dynamics in terms of email marketing. Then we have all the dynamics in terms of sales. And then we have all the dynamics in terms of design and website, right? And eventually you'll have these multiple different teams. Well, you'll be able to package them as a system, and all they do is they look in the folders and they know exactly what they need to do because they're like, okay, we got the copy, we got the video, we got the design, we got the logo, boom, we make that happen. Okay, we got, and that's for the marketing or Cottering side, right? Then for the editing side, we got the script, we got the content, we got the visuals, we got what needs to change, what needs to be enhanced. Boom, they get to go and execute. And then as a result, when they give feedback or when they send things, we get to give them feedback of what we need to do better or what we need to go out there to create a script with. Maybe I need to shoot a better video, or we need to create a better editing, or we need to do whatever the case is, which has been a lot of the feedback recently is like, Eric, you're not looking at this properly, or da 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 da, So I need to do a better job, right? And so that's where I like, mom, you're coming outside with me at noon today in the freezing cold because I need to shoot another video. So and she's like, okay. So does that feel or clarify things for you, brother?
Yes, it does. I'm asking this question for other people and here from the team and that part, and I full support it, and I really appreciate that. Here and other places, have me more clarity of how I can start doing better my job as a facilitator, because that's the other thing that I feel in the it helps me a lot, as you're saying, and I am using you as an example because I really love the question how that you say how I can serve you better, how I can help you more. So that's the mindset, because I am here in the executor side of zones. So you have to do it, but no, I am not more executor, but rather a facilitator. So it is more like how I can serve you more for making the things happen, and that's like the frame that I'm starting to shift and start believing in and making more and the experience. Just putting the effort and doing the actions. I understand more and having the roles in a way more definite. Well, put it as you were saying, it helped me to acknowledge better of the team, the things, and I know the better way to do it. I was doing yesterday with Shao, and today I will probably will start making more with Coltrane and Seps to actually start making more for the push forward to that part. So thank you. It helps me a
Thank
lot.
Thank you, brother, because like this is I love that what you're saying is like by facilitate, like, by the way, so one of the things that I noticed is because I genuinely love serving people, I genuinely love it. So I'm like, okay, what can I do better? What am I doing wrong that I can do better? If I can do something better, I will do it and I'll figure it out. I promise. You know? And that question for me is so empowering because if I take the responsibility of figuring it out, all of a sudden, naturally, everyone around me is also doing that.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
Putting the example, as you were saying, it's always more easier when you put an example in there, start moving forward.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, it helps me a lot. It helps me a lot.
And
Thank
do
you.
you know how encouraging it is when I tell you know, three empowered ladies from the other side of the planet and I say, we have these powerful young men that are behind the scenes working on it, and they're just like, wow, this is amazing. Like they get so inspired because they're like, it's what we're creating, Luan, is a great example of what inspiring young men and women are able to create when they come together.
Yeah, the teamwork is the dream work. Always, always.
And we don't limit
Um,
ourselves because by being curious and saying, hey, Luan, how can I support you? And you know how this has always been the question that I've asked since the beginning. We met each other months ago. As a result, what was the biggest thing that when I asked that question to you, what inspired you? Like why?
why that inspire me? Well, it's because it's more for the side of the facilitator in the way that you're always asking the how you can facilitate better the things that have to be done and how we can do that. Because I'm moving forward now more into the leadership spots, not just here with the retreat, but rather with my other works. I need well, yeah, I was feeling that I need this more clarify, and usually with my friends, I am not the leader per se, but they ask me what they want to do or how we can do better things or how we can start like pushing forward. So I acknowledge that it is something that at least for me was a little more difficult. I don't know, it is just the framing set. And it's inspiring to me because always that you say to me, it is like usually it's like, I don't know. It's the first time in the beginning. No, it's the first time someone asked me how they can serve me better. So it was like little impactful there. But when it starts like being recurring, then you can feel it, the willingness to help or the willingness to do more stuff. And as for me, being part of the team is just engaging and it's more like, hey, Eric is um he is worried about myself or the work or the things and not just work, 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 work. That is usually the problem in the old mindset. So that's why it's like more empower me to me or my a good example of you can lead just serving, and just making volunteering work or just having the things here cooking for other people or making this stuff is like the same in a different way. So that I just want to start more moving the needle to how I can serve the people and in those ways. How I can my volunteering work is not because I want just to be volunteer, but I love to help people and see like the faces they say no, thank you for that or little guilty artist pleasures. For example, when I do food and the people enjoys my food, is like, yeah, I do a really good job because it's not similarly for me. It's more for they are enjoying food or they enjoying the art or they are enjoying whatever the thing they are doing. and serving is the other way around. Just cleaning the house or just trying to put little more effort into the helpingness. For example, in the helpingness is one thing that the people really appreciate. So when you just put it into words and actually care, it is more engagement and empowering to say, okay, let's try to do it better. Okay, let's start putting more into the serving mode, as I was going to say,
One of the
and
things
stuff.
that one of the things that I've discovered is that if we genuinely care, then we'll go first. So whatever the task may be, right? And this is one of the things that I really love about Brenda, because she's been willing to do so many things for the past 40 years, and she doesn't talk about it. She just showed the fuck up. And she just shows up and she continues to show up, and it's in her actions, not in what she says, that she owns herself. She doesn't need to prove anything. Is one of my favorite things about this powerful woman that's sitting here with us. She just is, and she doesn't need to talk about it. And that to me is the most beautiful thing, because she doesn't there's no ego. There's never ego with this woman. She just is so beautiful and kind and sweet. And she also won't take any bullshit, which I love. You know what I mean? So this to me is a beautiful mirror to recognize, is like, hey, how can more of us, even more of us, just be willing to do whatever is necessary, the work. And I've sat there with Brenda, and she has 1,000 things happening all at once, and she's super centered. I got this, and this, and I gotta focus, right? This is a powerful leader, because a great leader leads oneself first. And that is really an ultimate responsibility, and something that we can all learn so much from. And I'm learning every day. The more I spend around her energy, your energy, Brenda. I'm saying this to you,
Being very
although,
kind.
well, I'm just being honest,
Very
because
kind.
I do see a lot of wisdom, right? Got to give it where credit is due. You've spent a lot of time, right? So, uh, a lot of people may only see the external, or the success, or all these things. However, they also, from my perspective, may not understand the deep inner journey that you've been on as well, and how much responsibility that takes. And so that's a huge responsibility, because uh, it's easier said than done, and you've already walked the path.
Yeah. Well, I always feel it starts with ourselves first before we can actually serve others. We definitely have to have our own self in order. It's very hard to give if we're still, you know, in the fear mode or the anger, frustration. If we're still there, we need to work on that so that we can serve even better. And Luan, it sounds like you've been on a journey for a while, like you're quite a young man. You've got a very, powerful essence to yourself. So I'm assuming, I don't want to assume, but my feeling is like you've been on a journey yourself. Otherwise you wouldn't be here. Wanting, desiring to do even better. And I just think that, whatever you're doing, especially in this community, is valued and appreciated, because you're coming from the heart, a lot of when you're talking, I always feel like you are coming from the heart. You are, you have this deep desire to want to serve, to do more, to just be sure you're, taking care of yourself also.
Thank you, Brenda. I appreciate your message. And yeah, I have been in a quiet journey, and that's why actually we are here. I love you all, and all this beautiful community because it's always magic happens, and even with the talks, the Friday meditation and well, the call was magic to see. I was ready for making the soul sync meditation, but the Alex just appeared and say, "Hey, I just created this meditation." It's go, oh, beautiful. Let's see how is that and see all the people here that are is in his path or searching for or acknowledging, but always within the heard into the first step, and I really love that. I have really grown being here, and that's why I'm stick and trying to help more because just having the talks or the meetings, you just have a lot of energy just flowing, even if we are not in the same space. So that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, very true.
Yeah, and
What
thank you, Rick, for
one
having the. Sorry.
no, please. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just want to thank you too. You always been here putting the effort to having these daily talks because I know in all of them, but always when I do, it's always beautiful sensations and beautiful strong connection with the people.
Absolutely. Totally agree.
I really appreciate both of you saying that because sometimes I'm here and I'm waiting and nobody comes or somebody comes or most times people come now. At the beginning though, nobody. I would just sit here. Uh,
I know how it's done. I know with the youngster is the same. I just sitting there and somebody going to hear. I don't know. Let's see.
yeah. Um, and the reason that I love it because I know that this is what I needed early on in my journey, when I was like 2019, 2020, 2021. I wish I had this awareness that hey, I just need to be around good people and listen to them because it's actually in the curiosity of discovering new people or new perspectives or new values or new insights is what gave me the discovery of myself. And so now I do it because my soul craves it. My soul craves to continue to grow because I see each person as my teacher that I meet every single moment. And so my soul actually is just so in desire for growth. It wants to continue to grow. And I can't stop because if I stop, I'm dying and I feel like I don't have energy. So for me, it's my soul's journey is like, I need to keep growing. What can I do more? How can I use more of this energy to learn from others or impact or put people together or figure it out or find solutions? And I won't stop. It's just like I found this deeper knowing in my energy that is just absolutely infinite and it will not go away. And I find that every day the moment I wake up, I'm like full in, all in, like, okay, meditate, meditate, meditate. Let's get everything. And then I'm like, people are like, where does this come from? And then I get even more when I spend time with the community. So, uh, it's exciting because when I hear what everyone is doing and I hear different perspectives and I keep listening, then I'm able to put pieces together so much faster because I've built those relationships, and as a result, it becomes so much more easier. And from my perspective, that's the meaning of living is listening to others because really what we're listening to is we're listening to a deeper part of ourselves. And that listening, the person that's listening, is that infiniteness inside of us. And then as a result, makes things happen. And we get shit done that way. We just make things happen. So
Guys, I have to sign off. I have a massage I have to go to.
enjoy.
Oh, it was
Enjoy.
nice
Bye,
chatting.
Brenda. Enjoy.
Enjoy. And if you need anything, let me know. I'm always here. I can't wait to
Okay.
see.
See ya. Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you, Brenda. And yeah, I really resonate with the thing that you said. When we are listening, we're listening a deeper part of ourselves. Because if you, well, it starts. I want to say believing, but experience, believing is a poor like, substitute of experience. But when you start like putting like in a habit, try to see that there is just another part of you and have this feeling, it's more easier to connect or being more empathic with the people that is like or the journeys of every person that in a way it has been our journey, but yeah, because in other place or in other timing. Um, Marcus Aurelius have this other phrase that I start to use it well, it's in a while, like the don't don't guilt they because the way they think or something like that, because you don't know how what that people is has been done or what have they enduring and having leaked to this part. So it was just the starting point for me to start making less judgmental for the people and just trying to be with them and just see the person and not like the things that are around. And you're just saying that you are listening in the deeper part of you're listening to yourself. It's like a next step of that in the way that it is not just you are not just mental. Actually, you are listening to more profound stuff to actually, I don't know, try to elevate the people, or at least just to try to put a little more energy to calm or to be with them, or just be empathetic. I don't know. Yeah, it's empathy is the word. And that's how we start like building up and see uh, yeah, the people and start working all together. The world needs more cooperation, so it is a really beautiful spot to start making it.
So what I'm hearing is compassion. You see, people don't know what they don't know. And if we are truly in our space of compassion and being compassionate leaders, we will listen to the observer of what's happening all around us. And that compassionate experience of ourselves now gets to stand up and step into every experience of everybody's life. Because from that place, there's no judgment, there's no assumptions, there's fundamental responsibility and impeccability when we choose to speak. So this magic, from my perspective, it comes to say, okay, I'm listening to whether the person in front of me is conscious or not, it makes no difference.
Mm.
Because what I choose to observe and see is a reflection of my own awareness.
Mm.
This is why it's so profound to know thyself. Because when we know thyself, we know what's a projection and what's a reflection.
Yes. I have, there is a projection or is a reflection. How you, what's the difference between the two for you? What is a projection and what is a reflection?
So so a reflection is a deep knowing of the mirror and what you're seeing from the inside out, meaning you're able to see the reflection in somebody else's journey and you're discovering those empowering experiences or disempowering based off of your choice to observe and pay attention. The projection is it's coming from their own traumatic experience or empowering experience. So if somebody is disempowering you and they're projecting their own limitations on you, it's a projection of their circumstance. If they're empowering you, it's a projection of their experience. And if you're choosing to observe it, whenever there's a projection from this map of this world, whether empowering or disempowering, it is now your choice to see, is this a reflection of my truth or this the projection of theirs? So in both cases, it's your decision to see, how do you take radical self-responsibility of the conversation? And this is where the shadow work comes in. Because most people, will project their traumas on you. The other day, I was talking to an amazing sales lady who was doing her best to pass on a scarce perspective so that I would purchase something. And I said, no, 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 no. You don't get to do that with me. I'm a very abundant being and I'm a benevolence and I've done way more. So you don't get to project that onto me. And she was, because we stand guard at the door of your mind, right? A person will tell you a story based off of what they believe to be true. And if we are really powerful in knowing where we're going, we can entertain what they're sharing because we're open to their expression. It doesn't mean we take it in. And so the difference between understanding that that was her projection, not my reflection, was very important, because I have stood guard at the door of my mind and I always will, which is also what makes me a ability to speak with such devotion and congruency, whether the conversation is easy, difficult, challenging, whatever, energetic, it doesn't matter, because I'm clear on what is who I am. So I know what the reflection will bring in, and I know what a projection will bring in. And I still know that I have lots to learn.
Like that. I probably wrote something about that in Sunday, some part, because it is like it is other steps into the framework of the communication. A receiver and the thing that is well in that and is putting the information. Don't remember the word in English right now, but this is this playground of communications, and it is like a more step beyond to see, hey, the thing that is, again, you were saying, is there projection of the other people for me? Are they going to receive that or no? Well, as you say, like we can start putting these barriers, but at the same time, being willingness to like having the little opening to try to make the question: this a reflection or a projection? To actually work and ask those questions to actually know where do you are, and not with a judgmental mind, but are actually just to acknowledge and have a better place to, yeah, to communicate and see, and try to not left there. Sometimes the usual thing is that the room tries to dim your light, and if you know what are those limits, you can actually do the opposite. So no, 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 let's stay right in this this room. So it's not that. No, yeah, I really like those examples, because usually it's all the way around. We just want to make you shorter, and then you have to say, no, 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 I can do it, you can do it, we can all be this part of in this energy. So actually the people will start believing into that. And again, I feel that that's why I appreciate, I like your question, and I use like an example, because in a way, even if I didn't know it in the first time you start asking how I can help you better, it was just a little call to you lighting up my room.
I
And
appreciate
then
that.
when
That means a lot. And that curiosity of asking that question, how we can help each other better, is also then what allows us to go and have that clarity, right? Because that thing that Brenda talked about, getting clarity, is what gives us absolute layer of certainty. And so, excuse me, by being
words,
curious about what we're able to do for the community, by being curious what the team needs from us, what does Daniel, what does Shaw, what does Seb, what does Codrin, what does Monica, what does Evelyn, what do they need from us so that they succeed in the mission? Because we're
mm,
all on the same mission. We just have different roles.
yes, yes, we are. Yes, we are. Actually, another. This is from here, but I know that it's actually for niche, but it's the same. Whatever person have Hawaii can endure whatever how.
Yep.
So that's the powerful man. I feel that
And
we are
and the
just for
big
closing.
enough why and the
Yeah,
big
no,
enough why has sorry, the big enough why has given me the strength in myself to go through and walk through so much discomfort, brother, that now I have so much certainty.
yes, yes. It will have been the same for me in aspects of my life. I mean, that's why just having certainty, and even if the past is difficult, you know what you're doing it. So, as other Marcus Aurelius phrase, if the stone is in the way, the stone is now the way. If you have that way, so that's the way. I will like it,
I love you, brother. It was really a
brother.
beautiful conversation today. Thank you so much for your support and your wisdom. I'm gonna shoot a video again today, uh, so that we can have another copy for Pedro and the team. So we can hopefully Monday, Brenda from Brazil is going to be able to shoot some video so that we can really get this content out because we really need as much content as possible for all these people to share. I've been sharing it everywhere. I have a bunch of sales calls this week, so I look forward to making this commercial or this product or this video done and ready to go. So we can also a lot of people are saying, "Hey, we need your video, Eric, on the website." So we need one of you just sharing with the passion of the website. So I will put something together until we get the commercial ready.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Uh, Also, Brenda Brazil is in the marketing team. I don't remember.
Yeah, she's in the marketing. She's
Okay,
I think so.
okay, because it's probably will be a good idea to say to her the same recommendations we made to you. Like if you can go with a tripod, will be awesome. If you can uh, make the
So
2-3 seconds for each shoot, you can have a not a continuous video, but rather like just into little pieces, etc., etc. Just little recommendations to actually, as they talk today, a better
so
way to provide.
I'm adding her into the group right now. Um or maybe I'll add her into the design editing one.
Yeah, we're very into the design, at least at this
I'll put
moment,
her
because we're
I'll put her into that one as well. Can you so I just added her.
just
Can you make some suggestions to her in there so that she okay, so I just added you here.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool. Thank you for that.
Cool, brother. Okay. I gotta run. I got a meeting or sales call right away and for the revival. So I got 2 sales calls
Okay.
today. So I'm gonna go jump on them and go crush it.
Yeah, let's go crush it. Okay, we're doing it. Have a really good meeting. Enjoy.
Big love.
Bye.
Appreciate you.
Big
Ciao.
love.